That is the BullGod himself, Lawrence Nanesiama Hansen, also a member of the committee, and he was very instrumental in the whole event because he was behind the stage, he was backstage, coordinating stuff, among other things. Boo!
Yes, sir.
Good to have you guys here.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
You have one of the best studios in the world.
Oh, yes. Everybody knows.
Yeah, and everybody's listening.
I see that.
The last time I was here, I said something and it went viral. I might say another thing,
Boo, boo.
Yes, sir.
All right. Before we get into the whole conversation, if you missed the event, let me give you a highlight. Let me give you a report from the entire event from Thursday to Sunday. This is a report. I just want you to have a foretaste of what happened.
The final day of the Gomoa Easter Carnival unfolded as a vibrant fusion of fashion and music. Member of Parliament for Gomoa Central, Kwame Asare, popularly known as A+, alongside Deputy CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority, Abeku Santana, and other notable figures, stepped onto the runway. They transformed into models for a moment, showcasing intricate designs captured by local designers in Gomoa, each piece telling a story of heritage and creativity.
Who is this? Who do we have? Babinzi, why they're busy? Honorable A+, why they're busy?
As the night deepened, the music stage came alive with a parade of artists, but it was Shatawale who electrified the night, commanding the crowd with an explosive performance that stretched beyond 2 hours.
If you know me before, you see me today, you go see I be solo. How they understand why some people say this thing be Coco. Child, why don't me call up like couch? You know, for see nothing even cause bobo. Me dem a be and they look for my things so bad, Hey, Charlie, all them no go so sit for your corner and sip your cocoa. Fine boy when I pose, I see flashlights like a cool photo.
Wake up that high-octane display, Kofi Kinata, Kwao Kese, and many others took turns to keep the momentum alive, delivering crowd-favorite hits.
Mami mini de tu madina ye Timusumi di muwaji di debe ye Ana bibi wa to me ya Menteda muwida Mami mini de tu madina ye Timusumi di muwaji di debe Ana bibi wa Dada kukompo sa nasa nimbedi ne chila obi ni muno trya wadi bia de ya no na mni pa bo mo da was so mo do no awu ma butrado.
Come on, cut it. Turn up your volume, bitchy nonsense. Wow, action.
My heart's great, but me deep, I'm sweat.
You can't tell me nothing.
Then, in an unexpected twist, the stage welcomed PSA Esther, a surprise appearance that shifted the atmosphere.
I am alive today. This God, you've been too good. What I have now is not my mind. It's not. And I am a what here. God, you've been so good. I am what here now. I am made by grace. Wonderful. Blessed by God. Oh, I am alive today. This God, you've been too kind. What I have now is not by might, not by power.
Easter Carnival proved to be more than entertainment. It became a catalyst for local enterprise, drawing crowds, boosting small businesses, and reinforcing its growing role as a driver of socio-economic development in the area. Collins Frimpong's report, read to you.
For street, no be lies. If your woman does she have my style, it's about time for the service guy. Everybody sing that. Ayo, I go you again. Yes, I don't move. Ayo.
If she can get to go to paradise with me like I say. next festival amobeba no banna Gomoa Central ya create waterfall ha.
Obama imputu abagomoa ina no kwari nara na dem imputu no Central region obenya no mfaso papa de na dem nti na wo na no masusu osange obapade wo be festival no na obi biara no wo ba ha no na obiara odika odiba ha biara obotum na wanya parking space nti manyama man drive no ye 10 acres of land yedema oye Gomoa Easter Carnival they want for free.
Joe 99.7 FM. You just heard highlights of Gomoa Easter Carnival, which came off last week from Thursday to Sunday. And we're ready to get into the discussion, the review proper. Uncle Ken is here. Uncle Ken. Hello.
Long time no see.
Uncle Ken, I feel do. I feel do. My name is producers, you feel too much. Oh, and to say to me, for you feel uncle Kakrampu. Papa.
Congratulations to you all.
Thank you. To us all.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Coverage.
Oh, you watched. You were monitoring.
Yes.
You loved it. Of course. Yeah.
You know. Say Gamanche no will lead the charge.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yes.
You guys did well.
Great.
Really
great.
well.
Great.
I enjoyed the coverage.
You watched the Thursday march, the bonfire, the fire procession.
I caught up with everything.
Beautiful.
Even if I didn't miss it real time, if I didn't watch it real time, I caught up with
the excerpt later.
Yes, later.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Nice.
Dada Hafco,
Kwame.
how are you feeling a week after history was made?
I mean, I feel very, very okay, very normal.
Mm.
You know, we just went there, executed the project, and then came back to plan for next year. So, everything is cool.
Mm. How many days did you take to rest after the event?
We actually haven't rested. We haven't rested. I mean, when the last day we were leaving there, I overheard campaign manager saying, "Charlie, we'll go meet tomorrow for office." Charlie, I'm on my holiday. You know, so we haven't actually rested. It's work.
Wow.
Anybody who is closer to Honorable, A+ knows that he doesn't sleep. The guy is always on the road. You know, so
Great.
We haven't rested, and we are also working together to help him achieve whatever he wants to achieve for the conference.
Tell us the role you played in this whole organization.
I mean, I am an artist first and foremost.
Yeah.
So, as an artist, I was booked to perform. But apart from that, the idea actually was birthed, I think, on the 16th or 17th of January. So it took us only 2 months to put it together.
This year?
Yeah. It took us only 2 months to put it together. And I was there when the idea was birthed. So when we started, the deliberations, we're actually coming from the constituency. So in the car, when we started the deliberations, we created a WhatsApp group and started adding everybody. I was right there. And then, it started with, want to do something for Easter. And then it went on to, we need to partner somebody. It came to multimedia. And then it came to, let's bring, so and so on board. And then it became a whole new thing, So, I mean, it was amazing. When you have creative people, when you are in the midst of creative people, you get to know that your creativity self be small. Because people come up with different, like every time I say, whenever you put me on radio back in the day, you put me on radio with BullGod here, and that's here, and then I feel dwarfed because I'm short already, and I feel dwarfed because these are industry giants who comes up, with heavy bumps of contributions.
Yeah.
And we have BullDog on, we have Arnold on,
Great.
we have Nabil on, we have Philip Nye, the entire multimedia team.
Oh, so Philip is part.
You know, yes. So
Oh, wow.
we have KMJ on. So
Wow.
it's crazy.
So Philip was part of multimedia and Onye busy.
Of course.
That's why he was very busy.
You know, so it makes it like an amazing stuff, because all these people are tried and tested industry giants who knows what they're about, who knows how events are coordinated and are done. So, you know, it was amazing. And for me, it was the first time being part of an event organized, like playing an integral part in organizing an event of that magnitude. And it was an experience for me, and, you know, I loved it. I learned a lot.
Wow. Boo,
Yes, sir.
you were backstage.
Yep.
What were you doing?
A couple of things. I was backstage and I was in front of house as well. You know, usually there's like a tower
Yeah.
that overlooks the stage. So I was shuffling between the backstage and the I think Dada Hafco has said it. I mean, we were a group of professionals who knew what we wanted to achieve or what the goal was. And so I'll say for this particular event, everybody was looking after everybody. So you see a Philip Nye who's specifically in charge of this, but because maybe a Hafco has knowledge about what a Philip Nye might be doing, you contribute. So basically we were going back and forth, you know, but I was stationed at the front of house of the main event. And for me, I was humbled to be even called to be part of this. We've been part of several of some of these things, but I mean, A+ is a brother. Yeah. And we've known ourselves like even way back. So for us, and plus, you know, I watched your Plus's interview with KMJ on your channel, and I identify myself in him a lot. You know, he's the person that says, "I'm going to do this," and
you do it.
Yes. You know, and I run on that energy. You know, we don't have to plan anything. Once we move, we move. You know, once we move, and we know that the universe is with us. So once we speak into the universe, it becomes law.
Sure.
And I've always said that the universe doesn't say no. So what you tell the universe is what they do.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, for most of us, we want to determine the time and the how. That's not ours to think about. Just say what it is. I want to drive a Bugatti. I want to build a 3-story. I want to own Akosombo. Just say it. And watch the universe align, in your favor. You know, so for us, I mean, some of these things, we knew we were going to do this. We knew we were just waiting for the day for it to happen. And
Kwame,
and again,
you know what? If Bulldog had not aligned himself with A+, I don't know who else.
And again, why are you saying that? And again, why are you saying that?
I'm watching Bull and I say, "Oh, this is perfect." It's a match made in heaven.
You know, you see,
you know this man. I haven't seen him for ages. So the last time I saw him, I was on my way back from Germany.
Okay, so you were not here the last time he came on the show.
No.
Okay.
I was on my way back from Germany last year on a flight.
Yes.
And the flight had just landed in Accra.
And
I see people from the back coming through. Then all of a sudden I see this gentleman holding his luggage coming out, and I say, "Hey, Bull." You know, I loved the way he and Nabil them were putting up their preparations online, what they were doing online. It was so beautiful to see the way they were setting up and getting things together. That alone is something that attracted a lot of people to the place, because the sight of the stage that they were putting together was inviting, you know. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Like
Hafco
said, I was amazed at the planning. Because when the event was eventually executed, I sat back and I said, "Wow, A lot must have gone into the plan. Because how can so many different events happen within that space of time seamlessly? So I congratulate them on that.
Dada Hafco, you're also in charge of the artists, right?
Yes, the artist coordination. Yeah.
Oh, Bull didn't finish.
Who was?
Okay, let me just land.
Yes.
So basically, if you have all these forces together, I mean, you can't fail. You understand? And I think the universe brought us together for this particular purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and we are glad we're part of history. And we're hoping that next year it will be bigger than this.
Sure.
You know, and we'll take it to the next level. We are all in support of Honorable's dream. You know, this is somebody who wants to create a whole new city. You know, in that space of Ghana. You know, and we are fully behind it, and we're going to make sure it happens. You know, because once it happens for all of us.
Yeah.
You know, and we wish him well. You know, and he's the next president of Ghana, though. He is.
He says he has presidential ambitions.
Yeah. So watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. Yeah, watch out.
Hafco, how did you get the artists to be on the bill? All these great acts.
So you know, mostly when you are using artists for a show of that magnitude, you need somebody who is quite influential.
Okay.
To be, and if you know A Plus well, you know that he's kind of cemented himself as somebody who relates with everybody very, very well. And as we are in the Gomoa Central Economic Zone office, artists come there day in and day out. People come there and go. You know, somebody could even come with a problem, like, you know, maybe I've got this, I want you guys to help me sort that. And anybody who comes, he doesn't turn his back on them.
Okay.
You know, so when the idea was birthed, he decided that, you know what, I want you, Hafco, to handle the artists, but what I'm going to do is I am going to speak to them. And when I speak to them, and then I hand them over to you. And so that is how we did it. So he speaks with them, then he hands them over. Because I will be on the ground, like I was on the ground, making sure who goes next on the stage, who comes in, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so that is how it happened. It wasn't really a problem. Like Honorable says, if you want to put all these artists on the show, I believe your budget is going to be like skyrocketed.
Yes.
But, you know, they actually came in just quietly.
So you didn't pay them?
Oh, they were paid.
Oh, I mean, but you won't call that payment.
No, it was
honorarium.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you call,
but some honorariums too are huge.
Oh yeah.
But
that one there.
But you know, sometimes to move an artist from Accra to a different destination, it's like a big problem.
Yeah,
it's a big problem because when they bring a rider, Charlie, you may change stage, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, they all kind of like supported the dream. Like felt like there's a big brother who is, you know, he's taking the lead. And at the end of the day, you look at where Anwabo is coming from. Somebody 99 best out Mitronso Namiki Kenyo, and today he's an MP. So tomorrow, somebody also best out pull up a shaman. Next day, it could be like Kwakese said on the stage. He said Honorable's journey has inspired him, and he feels like maybe one day he can also represent for the Agona people. You know, so that is where the change starts. You know, like Tupac said, I may not be here when the world changes, but I'll spark. Yeah. I'll be the spark that makes the world change. You know what I mean? So Honorable's journey is the spark. You know, that is going to lead. So everybody came on board knowing that if this guy has been able to do this, maybe, you never know. If you look at the fan base that Wale has, I bet you one day, if Dude shows up in Kolegona and says, man, let's go Parliament, everybody is going to support that dream. You know what I mean? So I think it's a starting point for all of us, you know, in building towards the future. And so everybody came in and supported, and it was beautiful.
Thank you very much, Hafco. Let's go on Zoom now and speak to Nabil Alhassan. He's CEO of Event Factory. Nabil. Hello, Nabil. Hello. Can you hear me?
Mr. Dadzie.
Oh, okay. We can hear you now. How are you doing?
I'm okay with yourself.
We're also doing well here. And let's say congrats to you on that beautiful event that you put up during the Gomoa Easter Carnival.
Yeah, thank you.
For those who don't know what you do and what your contribution was to the event, what did you do?
So Event Factory, I would say, was in charge of all technical production of the event. So stage design, what's the name? Light, sound, trussing, roofing, scaffolding, power. That's the generator, front of house, content in terms of screen content and everything. So everything that you saw, video production, streaming, and like everything technical was Event Factory. So that's what we did.
All right. So what's your general impression or assessment of the entire event?
Oh, my general impression of the event is I think that we gave our best, and our best has been very, very fruitful, because going to Gomoa, when you look at what we did in Gomoa, somebody will say, why did we do such a setup in Gomoa? And I asked the person, why not? Because every event that you do should be unique and should stand out. So we decided that let's go all out in Gomoa and make sure that when we leave Gomoa, we will leave a statement there. And that's exactly what we did.
All right. And even while the event was ongoing, I saw comment from somebody like Mark Darlington saying the sound was top notch. Everything was on point. When you heard some of these comments, how did you feel?
That's why I took the best to Gomoa, because when I book, or let's say I engage my technical guys, I always want to go for people that when, let's say, I fall sick tomorrow, I know that they can deliver without my presence. So I try to take people that are very professional, that knows the job, that can function even when I am not there. So if I'm there, that's a bonus, So when you go online and listen to, or when you read comments from people, everybody was talking about different aspects of the event. Some were talking about the streaming, some were talking about the sound, some were talking about the lighting, some were talking about the visuals and everything. So that should tell you that it was a holistic agenda to take the best of people to Gomoa to give out the output that you saw. So we're grateful, and we know that there is more room for improvement, and we always learn from every job. So we'll take it in good strides and make sure that we give our best the next time we are called upon.
In the first place, what was your motivation to join this whole team for this event? Why did you come on board?
Okay. So I've been with Honorable for quite some time. When his office was at Asalam Down and all that, I used to do stuff for the when he had that group. When my office was also at Asalam Down, so we used to do stuff together and all that. So when he called me and said he was doing something in Gomoa, but I should come on board, I didn't hesitate, because it's something we've done many times before. So I knew that it's something I should jump on. So I spoke to my team, and they were like, why not? Let's give it a try. And here we are.
Wow. Nabil Alhassan is CEO of Event Factory. Please stay online for me. Dada Hafco, when I saw the artwork of artists performing, initially I did not see gospel artists on the bill.
Yeah.
But I saw Obapa Christie, I saw PC Esther.
Yeah.
at the event.
Yeah.
Was it intentional?
No, Obapa and PAC, they have a special relationship with Honorable and his wife, and they felt like if they are doing something of that nature, they would come and throw their support behind him. We actually didn't know they were coming because I was coordinating artists and I didn't know they were coming until the stage manager Elom, signaled me that Obapa is in the house and she's going to play. And so we're debating as to whether she's going to mime, and then they said she brought her band.
Wow.
So we said, okay, if she brought her band, then why not? Let's throw her on. So these are people who always, they have some special relationship with Honorable. So they came on their own to come and support, just, through their weight. Because when it came to gospel artists from the beginning, we actually deliberated on it, whether we should put gospel people on. Some people were suggesting we should do church on Sunday morning.
I was thinking same.
Yeah, but you see, even the things have because if we had put some church activity in there, we wouldn't have been able to do it. Because, for example, on Saturday, you look at the event lineup. From the Derba, from the Anchors people to the Jama people to the Derba. Right after the Derba, we had to start the night event. So there was no time, that we're going to use to do anything. But the way it panned out was good. Because when the gospel, Obapa and PAC also came, the people actually received them with, a lot of applause. So we felt like maybe going forward, maybe we can pitch, one or two in there. But it was very, very like perfect. And so, yeah.
Kwame, I'm slightly, confused here. Dada Hafco said that they did not know Obapa Christie was going to perform.
No.
She turned up. And then you posed a very interesting question. Was she going to perform live or mime?
No,
he
even said
goes,
that. Yeah.
She came with her band. Was it impromptu? Did the band rehearse? Did you know what the band was going to play and all that before you put her on? Or you're saying this happened a day before she went on stage?
No, artists, for example, have band they play with.
I know that. Yes.
So most of these people, they've played with this band for so long, they don't need to rehearse. Okay. For example, I rehearsed with Dangra's band. That was the carpet band for the night.
Okay.
Kwame did not rehearse. Samini did not rehearse.
But they played with Dangra.
They played with because they said they are okay with the band.
With the band.
They said they've played with them
so many times.
So that people know what
now that's a
play
carpet band though.
Yes.
But you're saying that Obapa Christie came with her band.
Yes.
So it means that there had to be a changeover.
Yes.
Of bands before she could perform.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying that the boys she came with, she's played with them.
I get all that.
Yeah.
But was it smooth?
Very, very
was
very
the changeover smooth?
Very smooth. Very smooth.
So
okay.
I think what he's talking about is technical, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because usually there's always a sound check.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So if one band, let's say like a drummer, wants a snare at some particular
Thank you.
Pitch.
Thank you.
But it was smooth.
Thank God.
Thank
Thank
God.
God.
It was very smooth.
Thank God.
And it's actually one of the things we actually even talked about yesterday at the review meeting. Because we said to have an event of that without a single hitch, no hitch, no wall, no nothing. It was just amazing.
So you had fashion.
Yes.
You had painting.
Yes.
Yes. What went into the thinking of all aspects of the art? Let me ask before I come back to you.
I mean, so Honorable's vision is to be able to touch every aspect of the economy in the space. So when we started planning, some of these things came up, and it was some sort of a course or for dressmakers during the day. Those are things maybe exactly that we'll put out in a bit, but next year we're gonna I mean
that was during the day on Sunday or Saturday.
I think it was Saturday.
On Saturday. On Saturday, yes.
Saturday, yes.
Wow.
So there was a whole team there engaging the indigents on how to sew cards. It was a whole thing. So Honorable's vision is to try and touch everybody, in the space, You know, so when we were planning from scratch, we knew that, look, this is what we needed to do. You know, and that's how come the committee is very big. You see, when you spoke, Dada Hafco spoke about the gospel, whatever. And my brother Philip was pointing me. Meanwhile, these were the guys who kicked against God being represented on Sunday. And now they're pointing me. You see, Charlie.
Nino is angry. Nino is angry. He said next time, I suggest a night for gospel.
Oh yes,
only
yes,
gospel artists.
It will happen. Some of us were advocating for that, and the likes of Philip said no.
Maybe we could start on the Thursday with a gospel night.
Yes.
Together with a bonfire, maybe on the Thursday.
And then move along.
To be fair to the chairman of the committee, was very furious. That day when we were voting against it, he was like, no, you had only 3 votes. And everybody in the room said, we want to go with Satan.
And not gospel. Kwame, you know, you talked about the fashion show.
Yes.
I found it very interesting.
Very.
You know, but I then asked myself, was it an impromptu thing? I posed that question because of the personalities involved on the runway that I saw.
Yeah.
Because I only saw the main people on the runway. Honorable himself, Abeku, yes, and KMJ. They were the only 3 people that I actually saw on the runway.
And the models.
They were models.
They were models.
See, this is why I'm posing this way. I have not seen any clips of models.
Oh, there were models. A lot of them.
Well, I only picked the ones
you know. Yeah.
No, I mean the clips that I saw on social media.
Yeah. Maybe the bloggers were highlighting these personalities because of their stature.
So then I asked myself, did they not have any local models?
Oh, there were
models.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there were models.
But
a number of them.
These 3.
Yes.
And these 3 actually got me mesmerized because of the attires they were wearing. You know, I found them very interesting.
Great.
And it's good. So
there were even a lot of models to the point that the artist coordinators got at a point we were angry because we felt like we had the time for the artists written down already. So we don't want anybody's time to get into anybody's time. We had 2 different sets of models, about 32, right? Yeah. So there were a lot of models.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Very nice. I loved that.
All right. Let's get on Zoom now. Let's speak to Honorable Kwame Asare Obeng. Okay, he's on phone now. He is the MP for Gomoa Central constituency. Honorable, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Honorable. Okay, I think we just lost A+ there. Let's try to connect with him again. There is something that I noticed. So, Honorable A+ or Kwame Asare Obeng represents Gomoa Central constituency.
Yeah.
But we had Aguna Swedru people there. We had Aguna Nyakrum, Bopikuma,
from Kaswa and everything.
and the whole thing seemed a central region thing.
Yeah.
What was the intention behind that? He's on now. Okay, let's talk to Honorable.
The voice is very far.
My voice is far. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Honorable. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I think we should try to connect with him again. So this whole idea of Gomoa in general and A+ kept mentioning central region. What was the intention behind that?
I mean, I believe that Gomoa is in the central region.
Yes.
You know, and he is looking at the whole Fanti Confederation, even though it is coming from Gomoa. For example, it is Gomoa Central that birthed the idea, but we did not name it Gomoa Central Carnival.
Yes.
We named it Gomoa Easter Carnival. Because there is Gomoa East and there's Gomoa West as well.
Good.
You understand? So he is looking at the bigger picture. At the end of the day, it is togetherness and development we are looking for. And so when you make everybody feel like they are part of it, you know, it brings a lot of progress more than centralizing it amongst a few. And I believe his people also understand. They understand that, you know, we need to do this thing and get everybody involved. Because if you look at the Deba, we actually
I'm not cutting you. Let's talk to Honorable now. Honorable.
You've just cut it.
Hello.
Okay, am I clear, loud and clear now?
Yes, I can hear you from space. I don't know if you're on the moon.
I'm right in the studio. Let me shout.
Okay.
Let me project a bit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we'll manage. We'll manage.
Okay. Let me say congrats to you on pulling that particular event last week at Guma Central.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that?
I'm excited that together we're able to pull this off, and I'm happy that we made Ghanaians and our constituents happy, and then we have we have been able to establish a new date on the tourism calendar, so it's good.
Would you say that you have achieved the purpose for which this was intended?
Oh yes, we have. Everything that we are celebrating now was established many years ago by some people in terms of our festivals and all. And we, everybody must be excited, including yourself, that this generation has been able to establish a festival. There's a festival that is going to be there for a very long time. So I would say we achieved its intended purpose. We have created, Homo War and Faith to our fashion. We don't even know how it began or who began it. This is what we have created. I think that it's not just us, but every other person who is alive today must be excited that we have been able to create something like this.
Awesome. One conversation we had last week when we were doing the analysis of this event was how to sustain it even when you are no longer the MP of the area. Have you thought about that?
That's why we have a team, and that's why we work together with multimedia. Multimedia took this very personal, if you like, and we have a team which includes people like companies like Event Factory. So what we did, apart from the individuals who are part of this thing, we plug in people who are experienced in this regard, like Angwamu. Those who do the Angwamu party.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing it. Yes, they've been doing it for 10 years. This year will be their 10th year. So we didn't have to stress. We didn't have to reinvent the wheel. We just went to the Angwamu people and said to them that, listen, come and handle our vendors, because you've been dealing with vendors for so many years. Then we went to Event Factory and said, look, come and be part of the organizing committee. And then, so we brought people from multimedia, KMJ, Philip Nye, they represented multimedia. So yeah, it was not a standalone. It was plugging in experiences. The wealth of experience that we were able to acquire and bring together as one is what is going to sustain this. So it doesn't have to be me. Yesterday at the meeting, at our first meeting after the event, various committee leaders were telling me what happened, because I was just playing a supervisory role, going up and down. But I didn't even know that up there, and I'm going to expose them. BullGod and Dada Hafco and Nabil, they had a sky bar up there. And I now understand why everything was moving very smooth. They didn't come down about 2 days. They were just up there doing their own thing. So, I'm very sure that with or without me, this is going to be there.
Okay, there's a question I asked Dada Hafco and BullGod early on about how you portray the thing to be for Central Region beyond Guma Central.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because I think that Central Region is the main reason why we are doing this, and you see, if Central Region develops, it affects a lot of people than limiting it to Guma Central alone, and the potential in Central Region is higher. And once we have the support of all the paramount chiefs and everybody from Central Region, then then we know that we are creating something bigger and something that is, and we are looking at also driving a lot of traffic into how do you call it, into Gomoa Central, and we know that with Central Region we are going to get that kind of people, the numbers that we are looking for. People, to me, if you ask me, people is what once you have a lot of people moving into an area. And so we are even fortunate to have the people, all the chiefs from Central Region, accepting to be part of it, and we are very thankful. If we limit it to Gomoa, then I'm sure in a few days, in a few years, we won't achieve what we have set out to achieve. But Central Region are supporting this, and it may interest you to know that the regional House of Chiefs have said that, look, let's rotate it. We don't even want it to just be Gomoa Central. Every year we have to take it to another place in Central Region. The regional House of Chiefs wants to adapt it and make it a Central Region then. So with that we get all the support that we are looking for, and that's why we decided to do that.
When you were delivering your speech on Saturday at the Deba, you mentioned roads.
Yes.
Do you have any information on when that or the road network from Kwame Chrome to Winneba, that stretch will be fixed?
So this is what I have done. I have I am working hard. I am working hard to get my roads fixed. There are some monies that have to be paid by. There are some monies that has to be paid that the highways will need to do studies and so. I knew that if we wait for government, it would take forever. And so I have supported them to be able to do this. It's quite a huge sum, but I want to get the roads done. So I had to support government. Anytime they get the money, they pay me back. But I'm very serious about getting these things done. So as we speak, during the festival, highways was here. They were working on. I don't know what it is called, but the technical people, engineers, so they were doing their feasibility studies and planning and all of that. And so I'm very optimistic that in the near future we should see our road being done.
Awesome. You also mentioned Free Zones Developers License. Tell us more about that. What is it about?
Yes, so I want to have a free zones area here in Central Region. There is no free zones area in Central, like you have in Tema, where you have Tema free zones area. You have the Bright free zones. You have the Dawa free zones. And you know the incentives that free zones bring. And so I want to have a free zones area here in the Central Region. Central Region has been
Honorable, and this means that people who intend to invest in the area would have certain tax rebates and other incentives.
There are a lot of benefits that companies that decide to invest in a free zones area get, and it includes tax waivers on the importation of raw material and so on. And so we are waiting to get our free zones developers license so that we can start the development itself. We are not working with just free zones. We are also working with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. That's AFTA. And what we are doing is that because our goods are going to come in, raw material is going to come into the enclave duty free, we are also looking at how do we get a wider market for finished products. Because you see, there are only 30 million people in Ghana, and if we depend on the 30 million people, companies that are coming into our free zones area won't be able to produce and make a huge profit. The difference between Africa's 1.4 billion people and 3.2 trillion GDP and China's 1.4 billion, but about 17 trillion GDP, is that in China they have a wider market. If you produce in Guangzhou, you can take it anywhere in China. You can reach a wider market. In Africa, if if you produce in Lagos and you want to take it to Abidjan, between Lagos and Abidjan alone, there are about 70 trade barriers, and so it limits your reach and the market. And this is why we are working with free zones to get our raw material to come in duty free, and then we are working with AFTA to be able to reach the 50 countries that have ratified the agreement all over the continent. And so we have an MOU from AFTA that we are going to sign very soon, so that our free zones area is going to be the AFTA Gomoa Central Special Economic Zone, and then we can reach a wider market.
Great. And then you mentioned a waterfall to be built by next year.
Yes.
This should mean that maybe you have done your homework already. How soon will that start?
A waterfall is waterfalling. Like if you have water on your table now and you tip it over and it starts falling, that is water falling. So if you ask me what is a waterfall, it is water falling. And next year, by the time you come to our next Easter festival, you will see water falling, and it is going to be very beautiful. You see, God, all the waterfalls you have in Ghana today were created by God. When God created the waterfalls, He gave us a brain. God didn't give us the brain just because He wanted to come back and do everything for us. He gave us the brain and said, I'm going, and then you have to create more. And so we are going to make God very proud. We are going to create an artificial waterfall. And we are not going to be the only people to create it. You go to Singapore, you go to China, all these areas have artificial waterfalls. Ours is going to be very beautiful. My brother, we have to, look, I keep saying this, when we use our brains, it will not finish. Like I said, we use white brain and better. No. Let's say we do the waterfall and we fail. Then what? It is only those who have never tried. They have never failed. We are going to try to build a waterfall. If we are going to drill. Look, Gaddafi drilled 1,500 boreholes on the desert and took water from there all the way to Benghazi, and that's why they say Gaddafi built a river on the desert. We are going to build boreholes on top of the mountain. We are going to pump water from the mountain, and we are going to release it and return it. We will build a waterfall.
I love that.
This is something very simple that we are going to do. And so we are hopeful that next year, Gomoa Central will have a waterfall, and then we can say to God that after you created Buti and all your children, we also created one.
Awesome. Do you have timelines as in when it will start, the construction on the waterfall?
We are going back to the site where we want to construct the waterfall with the chiefs. My chiefs are very excited about this. They have indicated that once we're able to do that, what will happen is that people will visit the constituency all year round, and those who want to build hotels and Airbnb and all will make money all year round. They won't have to wait for Easter. So they are taking us to the site where we want to build a waterfall. We know for a fact that it is being protected by the Forestry Commission. So we are going to start communication with the Forestry Commission to ensure that we have the right permits and all. We are going to update you very frequently.
Also,
so give us by August thereabout, you should see some significant progress.
This event must have cost you a lot of money.
Yes.
How much did you spend on the event?
It cost us a lot of relationships. I just took I just posted the flyer on my WhatsApp status, and Philip Nye called me and said there's something Kenansa and Joy will be very interested. And the next day we met with Joy, and Joy said that, look, we have given you $1 million in airtime. Nabil stage, the stage that he put there should cost about 1.5 million Ghana cedis. But Nabil is my brother. He's part of the planning committee. He's excited about what we are doing. And so he gave us something very reasonable that if I tell you on this show and he doesn't give it to you tomorrow, you make enemies with him. So it's something that I can tell you. If you look at the Despite Media, they give us some airtimes and some support. Most of the artists, like Kofi Kinata, I called him, look, I have this show. Kofi said, I will not take money. I even wanted to pay for his transportation to come. Kofi said, don't worry, I just want to come and support you. Nanama McBrown just appeared from nowhere. I just received a call that Amma is around, and she's finding it difficult to get to the States, so we had to arrange for her to come. She didn't take no money. I called Zach. We met in London. I said, Zach, this is what I want to do. And he said, look, this is beautiful. We can't always wait for December. I'm going to be part of it. Just arrange my coming and so and so. And he didn't really charge to come. I spent I just wanted to give him money. He said, look, you just help me to come and leave. That is it. So it caused a lot of relationship. I have a very good relationship with a lot of people, and that is why we're able to pull this off. So when I hear people say, oh, we are going to do this, oh, next year we will do this, oh, we are going to, no, you have to have the
wonderful
kind of connections that I have.
Wonderful. And I also know you had support from Hot Wave phones.
Yes, and let me say this. I had so much support to the extent that one morning, I think on Wednesday, before the event, I woke up and then I saw a text message on my phone, mobile money. So I checked, and the name was George Quay. I was like, why is George Quay sending me money? And then I went on WhatsApp, and he had sent me a message and said that I'm so proud of you. I'm excited about what you are doing. I don't have all the sponsorship and the money to give you, but I've sent you 5,000 CDs to support you.
Are you kidding me, George Quay?
Look, that day, I decided that we are going to make our friends proud. We are going to achieve something big. And I want to say a very big, look, for George Quay to just wake up and say, I'm sending my brother 5,000 CDs. You know, it is an insignificant amount in considering what we were doing. But it just sent a message that I will never forget. And we will not stop doing good. It pays to do good.
Wow. And I hear the GTA also came in to support at a point.
Yes, George. I just called him and said, look, George, we have to do this. And he said that he had an event with one of the networks, and so he couldn't make it. But he was with me on phone all throughout. He sent people there. He just wanted to make sure that this thing is successful. Not just him.
Wow.
Bulldog. We don't, our committee, all the committee members, we don't pay anybody. And when they are coming to committee meetings, they bring food. All the how do you call it? Ifwa, Gigi, all of them, they come to committee meetings with food. Our committee is made up of everybody, whether irrespective of their political affiliation. We are just together and we want to build something for Ghana.
I love that. What support did the GTA give you?
Oh, the GTA gave us all the support. All the support. The GTA president is the chairman of the
I mean the GTA, Ghana Tourism Authority.
Oh, GTA, Ghana Tourism Authority. They are fantastic. Ghana Tourism Authority has decided to support us. In fact, I saw Abeku Agri Santana, the deputy CEO's interview yesterday, where he said that they supported us. And I want to use your show to say that yes, we have not received the money yet, but I have not been able to go. I've been so busy. They've been chasing us every day. Abeku has been calling me to come to the office for some support. They pledged that, look, we are going to give you cash support. This is big, and we are going to support you with cash. I have not received the cash. I don't know how much they are going to give us, but it is something that after the event, Abeku and his boss have been calling us. They want us to have a meeting. They said they have a check for us that we are going to pick up, and I want to use your show to say a very big thank you to them for the intention.
Great one. Let me say congrats to you again, and we're looking forward to having a bigger edition of the Carnival next year.
Thank you, and thanks to Joy Brands. You are just amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks to Mr. Kenasa and the whole team. We are meeting you on Monday. Monday we are coming with Angwamo. We are coming with our food and everything.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. Our first meeting after the event.
A+, let me also say thank you to you for how you related with every single individual.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. All right. Joy 99.7. This is Showbiz A-Z, and we're having a review of the Gomoa Easter Carnival. Just gone by conversation with A+, Kwame Asare Obeng. He's the MP for Gomoa Central. He is the brain behind the Gomoa Easter Carnival. I have in the studio BullGod, organizing committee member. Dada Hafco, also an organizing committee member. Uncle Ken is broadcaster Joy FM. Nabil Alhassan, also a member of the committee, and then CEO of Event Factory. Let me go to Nabil. Nabil. Hello, Nabil.
Yeah, Kwame.
Great. So now we want to get into the benefits we have gleaned from this experience, this carnival. For those who are out there saying this wasn't needed, tell them something. How do you think this event has impacted the people of Gomoa?
You know, I was with Honorable yesterday in East Legon, and wherever we pass, people were giving him like compliments as to how the show went and how we've been able to position ourselves with what was going on in Kwewu and all those things. And I believe that it's been a big statement, and it's not just for the people of Gomoa, it's for the people of Ghana, because now there's been a creation of another event on the calendars of Ghanaians, because now I was yesterday at the meeting, I was telling them that next year will be a bit very, very difficult, because now hotels are going to be booked way before Easter. And if we don't take time, even the technical guys who are going to work may not get somewhere to stay, because you have people calling you and saying they are coming to Gomoa next time. They are doing, like, everywhere. Everybody sees you and be like, Charlie, Gomoa this, Gomoa that, Gomoa that. So for me, Central Region is going to get the attention that it deserves, because, look, we say Central Region, but we've forgotten that it means that they are in the central of Ghana. And they can do anything that goes wider to the spaces, to the western region, to the eastern region, and to the northern side of Ghana also. And guess what? All the big schools and all the best schools and everything is in the central region. So I think there should be some form of attention to the region, so that this regional hub that Honorable is fighting for will be something that will also enhance the region to the fullest. So it's not just for the Gomoa people, it's for Ghanaians. So we should be able to embrace it and embrace it properly.
Awesome. Nabil Alhassan there, still right here on Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A-Z. And now we're getting into the commercial aspect, the economic aspect of Gomoa Easter Carnival. How did it benefit the people of Gomoa Central, or the Central region, or the people that went there during that 4-day, 5-day period? Let's take a listen to some people. These are prison inmates who went there to sell. They were vendors at the Gomoa Easter Carnival. Take a listen.
You know, I am enjoying from here, but I can see Ghana Prison Service. Wow.
From Camp Prison Service.
Wow. Who am I speaking with? Who is going to engage me?
Lance Corporal Abigail Abra. We na Papa no MP no wa organizer no. Ebeboa Gomoa mine pa. Ebeboa nkasa. Ebe man nkrofo so ehu say ye wo krobi wa ha, like to say senior kwewufo no, like ebeboa Gomoa mine na ankasa.
Na edian na mo de buy moton a.
Oh ye wo eniama bebre, like drinks, water, and ye bechi bayo any pork. And ye wo fashion for no so wo ma display o mo niama no, like they so uniform.
Ankasa no me prisoners inmates for na.
Yes, o man o mo ye o mo pempam bibia. I think say we a very good idea.
All right, so you just heard the prison inmates who also went there to sell. These were vendors as well. And there were other vendors on the grounds from the town who also spoke to the multimedia group.
And a final day. What expectation anything?
I'm expecting everything to be successful, and I believe our MP has done a very good job, especially with this carnival. More opportunities are on their way coming, so we thank him very much for what he has done for us, and we are expecting more from him with what he has done. Thank you.
Yeah, so you and your business, I know you can't quantify the impact of this particular event, but how has it impacted you?
I believe most of the youth who were not having jobs to do are now getting something to do, especially those with pure waters on their head, doing around hawking and other stuff. It has helped them. At least they didn't roam around doing nothing. They got something out of it.
Let me engage you, yes. Where I said I go Italy back, where I go for Italy. Now, see, never do it. I thought you were Pablo defeat Italy in a bar. Italy, if you Brescia, or if you buy it is a month to say I said I have a prayer. It is Siciano, a person I had I didn't put you at the black bone. I put to Kutra, share from higher to down. Market and qua. It is yes, sir. Yes, sir, investors no be a bombard in umbra number baby macro, baby macro. I am Papa Ja would did that Dana said Nam a Juma, dear Basso in Tiamako Fania and Barbas. Oh, dear Bassunity, and I'm a planning moves on. No, where has somebody tell him about Bogua? Now I'm for your business, Papa. Boko, or I say Eddie Mammy. Now, and your daddy was saying,
oh, Yamiadum, you go so, Kakranka.
Now, so far, say events nanga say koseng.
Oh, ekoye cause ye be that, and then the first time ye be wa, but I fe, why am I fe? Ne ekoye sunti adana sopa, adona boase.
Na a month for us that say basom betonium.
Oh, one start to cry. Ya start here to Antonia and Yamanka Kanka. See, we're doing really say, baby, I buy, am I?
First time I all could do a hadi when you are Joanna.
You are Jehovah Papa. Because you will be there. And we Bobo, I don't know, I'm a Yana, the one shame say, Yababuama, Dam and Shadi who Papa no, to my Aquadma, Gomoa, Afanitam Pefra, and tell you are Japa.
Now, honorable members, so Eben Assembly, and never be one more why I'm up at all can want some council.
Yeah, young Empino, I do cry who 109 years and now or you'll be a open puntu. Them you made the other Bobo, I don't know, Uncrophone, and I say, but in Hana yet and Nivishi National, you there or the at the Papa or the Bagumwa. Until Yabonabado or your Kukudufu, Yabonabado pa there, where to watch the Madi, no other Bagumwa, Gumwa Bafanintam Pefra, Gumwa Ejumeniha. But on them, I did Obama, Ejuma, Abagumwa, Mebuna, Ogumwano, Ye.
Looking at the music, you know, most of the youth of these days are interested more in the music aspect than any other thing. And that is what will bring the people to the center. So we are very grateful to the MP, we are grateful to the security, we are grateful to you, the media guys who are also hyping it, and we believe that this is coming to stay in Gomoa Central so that the attention will not always be at Okwawu or the eastern region as usual. We are going to make Gomoa also great from today. And next year or every year, we believe that we'll repeat it, we'll improve upon it.
Someone can say from a Kwame A+. Hey, what him papa? My baby, and from evergreen baby, we on back straight up to Tamale. Ask him now one way they go see Wale. No coach you all the way, come and sit a credit. Them they talk loud, they shout loud. On the radio and TV, Jim now will bet it. On the internet and newspapers, be and I will be moved. Everybody going to swing, let's say some no ever. This a baby, I casa baby. The judge roll is on your campaign. When you're missing a fantastic idea. Free bad. Oh God. Oh God. Can I only baking powder now? All I do me now what's in the one. Free bad. Oh God.
so chale belly ball. But then he say he no be surface to any sir. He be mouth to attack, but let's take me sir.
And of course, yeah, Kika. Say Guma Central. Why? Say milk and honor. Oni. A plus featuring Inframa. Inframa, Dada Hafco was part of the group. Alright guys, let's get into the discussion again. Let's look at the economic value of the Gomoa Easter Carnival. Uncle Ken, early on we played some voices from the people of Gomoa and some prison inmates who came there to sell. Just a while ago. Yes, and these are people. These were people who came there to sell, and they were so happy.
Yes,
they were so happy. They made sales. That's
Kwame, talking about those vendors.
Yes.
Who went to sell. I saw something on social media, and I do not understand. Personally, I do not like negative people.
Good.
I have never liked negative people in my life. Because I think negative people are satanic. That's me.
Yes.
That's me. Coming from me. So when I see people being negative all the time and never espousing positive ideas or things, I stay away from them, from such people. Because they don't add anything but distress to your life. Negativity only adds distress. So I saw some posts about this economic benefits matter that you're talking about. And somebody said, but it was only the 4 days that the people made money.
Yes.
So after that, what happens?
What's next?
And then I asked myself, one, the 4 day sales some vendor might have made will be equivalent to his normal days 1 year.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. It could be equivalent to his normal days 1 year sales. So I think that, this... I don't want to be...
Uncle Ken, is it not out of ignorance?
Kwame,
those who pass those comments, is it not because they don't know
ignorance is no excuse for you to come out and make such statements. If you are not sure, check. Find out before you come out to make such statements. Because such statements are distressing as far as I'm concerned. Look, the corporate brands that came out there might not have made immediate impacts when it comes to benefits. But the long term, people got to know most of those brands, and people will ask of those brands and get themselves involved with what they do to the benefit of those brands. That's why they come on, And I'm trying to say, I don't want to be sounding like Bulldog who's talking. Honestly, I don't want to be. But this thing has really.
Sometimes,
No, but this.
No, should he sound like BullGod or Bulldog?
No, Bulldog.
But
I don't know the God.
No, the God is calmer than the dog.
That's also the dog.
I don't know
sound like the dog.
The dog is a bit aggressive than the God.
Good, so if you don't sound like God, if you sound like dog.
So that would be aggressive and harsh.
I know the dog. It is the dog I am well versed with, But I have been so thrilled with what has happened. The waterfalls, you mentioned it in your Say It Loud.
Yes.
I don't know if it was Say It Loud.
Yes, Say It Loud.
I was listening.
Yes, Say It Loud.
You mentioned the waterfalls and the impact it will make people going there to watch whatever. They will pay to get there.
Exactly.
It will bring revenue.
And A Plus even mentioned that the people of the community are considering having maybe Airbnbs, hotels, eateries, restaurants, all these things
I hear the
form part of.
Around the ridge, the enclave, from Swedru, Apam,
Winneba,
all the way, were fully booked. They made money. If it wasn't for this event, would they have made any money? I'm looking at attractions that will get people going there year on year.
Good.
That is what should be on the table today.
Yeah.
You know, that what can we do? Because I, sitting here, I don't know of any tourist attractions in Gomoa as I sit here today.
Apart from maybe the Crown Forest.
Apart from what happened, So if you know, let me know. Tell me. It is up to the Gomoa people now to, you know, let people know what they have there.
Sure.
And invite people to come there. I mean, the pageantry, you know, the chiefs and all those people who are there. Nice. One thing that I was thinking about throughout the whole festival, because I call it a festival.
Yeah.
A 4-day festival. What was the role of the ministry, our ministry?
Tourism, arts, and culture.
Yes. What was the role? Because I was expecting their name to be the highlight.
I think the GTA logo was on the flyer, right? It wasn't.
You are talking about an agency of the ministry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you mean the entire ministry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Under the auspices. Of the ministry.
Yeah.
This is what is happening.
The Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Honorable Ablanji Fagomashi, was at the launch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was there.
Kwame, Mepacho.
She launched it.
Thank you. After the launch, what next? Implementation of what you launched. What was their role in the implementation? That's what I want to know.
Maybe we can ask the committee members. Maybe they have information on that.
Maybe we should ask the ministry.
Yes. I think it is the ministry that should answer to that. And then I saw an interview you had. You, Kwame Dadzie.
Yes.
On prime.
Yes, prime time.
Joy Prime.
Yeah.
With Abeku.
Yes.
And you posed the question to Abeku. What was GTA's input?
Contribution. Yeah.
Contribution. Abeku said we supported.
In monetary forms.
Hold on.
Okay.
First of all, he said we supported. He was the one who reminded you that the minister of
our sector
was the one who launched the event at a hotel.
Yes.
And then at the Labadi Beach Hotel. And then you went further to ask him about GTA's involvement. And then he said his CEO also supported
True. You heard it right.
This event. And then added that with cash. He said,
he said in terms of monetary.
He said she supported with cash and kind. And then you asked him further, how much money did the GTA support the program with? And he evaded the question. He said, we supported. You pressed him again. He said, we supported. You pressed him a third time. He said, we supported. He never mentioned
Yes, you find our logo
the
as
figure
partners of
that he supported.
specifically, what support did you offer? One, the Honorable Minister launched the Gomoa Easter Carnival. She launched it at Labadi Beach Hotel.
Yes.
That's one. Two, my CEO, Honorable Mami Wajeto, also gave support. You know, when I say support, I mean in terms of monetary and everything.
So there was a financial commitment.
So support. We supported.
Let me say it in simple terms. You give money.
I said we supported it.
Like you give A+ money.
We supported it.
With money.
We supported it. We supported Honorable A+.
Oh, okay.
So
we went of what I still support. No, but they give money. That's
thank you, Doc. I won't disclose.
How much did you give?
I don't know. I won't disclose anything. But
okay, so I was playing for my phone. Sorry about that. So that was and exactly what you said. That's exactly what you said. Yeah.
I saw the interview myself, and Black Star Experience under Rex Omar. This was an event that I felt could have been under their auspices, because this is what they preached to us that they're going to be doing, and they were conspicuously absent. Their name was conspicuously absent in this event.
Black Star experience.
Yes. I didn't feel or hear their impact in this event. I am glad I have Bulldog and
Dada Hafco.
Nabil
is online.
They can tell me, and Nabil is online. Nabil, anyway, good evening and wonderful job. Nabil always does a wonderful job.
Yeah.
You know, he is somebody, and he's so unassuming, you know.
Yes.
I love him for that.
Yes, he
you
looks
know,
like
he's-
Beche.
Yeah.
What's the meaning of that?
Eh?
What's the meaning of that?
Like a drunk.
Nabil Gafwe down. You know, and he delivers all the time. I like
He
it.
looks unassuming.
Yes, unassuming. No, Mokoni, you know. Oh, what do you mean? Nabil Gafwe down. So these are my worries that I have with the event that took place. Because you posed the question to Honorable that what happens if he's not there to the event, to the whole festival? What happens if he is no more there?
Yes.
To lead.
Yes.
He answered by saying, "Oh, he has a team."
Yes, he has a team.
Yeah, of course he has a team, and the team members are very, very, very good, and are people who could take it up with them. But they need a front man who will be pulling the strings, left, right, and center. And if the state is not prepared to help, I have a problem.
BullGod.
Yes, sir.
So we've been talking about the economic value of this event. We've heard from the vendors who came there to sell. Which other areas do you think we are missing in this whole benefits of the event?
You see,
Let him answer some of the questions I posed.
definitely. You see,
Which ones?
The GTAs and the Black Star experience. I'll come there.
Okay.
You know, we tend to downplay the excitement some of these things generate, the life it brings into a space like that. The talent it unearths from these other places. You know, there's a young chap there who, just by witnessing that stage, would start something.
Yeah.
Yes, in the next 5-10 years, we'll have the biggest artists out there. You know, from that place. You know, there's a group of people that will see what we put together and they'll be like, no, this is what I want to do in the future. These are people that will be mounting world stages.
Yeah.
You have a lot of Nabils that have goals, you know, so the source of inspiration alone that this, you know, it goes beyond people selling and enjoying and whatever. So it's actually economical impact.
Yeah.
You know, when you look on that big scale, you know, just to come into my big big daddies, you know. Look, you know, when you spoke to Abeku, my question here is, when Abeku says his CEO supported, in what or in which capacity did she support? As a person or as the CEO of the organization? It was very unclear.
Yes.
You know, so some of these things need to you know, I'm trying to hold myself.
No, you hold yourself for a minute, okay? For a minute.
Ghana Tourism
For a
Authority
minute.
supported A+. Yes. You
did?
Yes, you find our logo as partners of the...
Specifically, what support did you offer?
One, the Honorable Minister launched the Gomoa Easter Carnival. She launched it at Labadi Beach Hotel.
Yes.
That was one. Two, my CEO, Honorable Mami Wajeto, also gave support. You know, when I say support, I mean in terms of monetary and everything.
Also, there was a financial commitment.
So support. We supported.
Let me say it in simple terms. You give money.
I said we supported him.
Like you gave A+ money.
We supported him.
With money.
we supported him. We supported Honorable A+.
Oh, okay.
So
it could be
we
bucket of water. I still support.
No, but they gave money. That's what.
Thank you, Doc. I won't disclose.
How much did you give?
I don't know. I won't disclose anything. But
okay, so he did not disclose anything, and you want to disclose? Boo.
This is a huge topic, and we don't have the time.
We have time. We have 1 full hour left. Today, the whole show is for Gomoa Easter Carnival.
Bulldog,
Okay, so I'm definitely sure Honorable Abeku Santana will not come and sit here and blow hot air. So we should hold him by his word.
Okay.
And obviously I'm in support of the fact that he did not mention the money that's involved because it would be unprofessional, or unethical to do that. But I'm not sure that he will come and sit here and just throw dust into people's eyes and say, oh, they supported and they didn't support. When we spoke to Honorable A+, he says he's yet to receive the cash.
Yeah.
So hopefully Monday, committee members, one of the good things about this committee is everything is transparent. We all know what goes in and what goes out. So definitely we will know. So let's see what the week brings.
Kwame, is it unprofessional for a public institution for which taxpayers' money are utilized?
So you see
let me finish my question. For which taxpayers' money are he's trying to distract me.
And okay, continue. I think you're asking a very valid question.
Taxpayers' monies are utilized to support a project, and you tell me it is unprofessional to let me know how much of the taxpayers' monies are utilized for that project?
The Honorable Deputy Minister's statements.
Deputy CEO.
Sorry, Deputy
Abeku.
CEO, yes.
Yeah.
Was ambiguous because, like I said, we don't know whether it was the woman who donated personally.
Okay.
Because she's an arts person.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what he said.
Good.
He said, my CEO.
Good. Or she donated on behalf of the...
but why would the CEO donate personal money?
No, because she is part of us. Honorable A+ will tell you that there are people who have called. I think I heard him, but I didn't hear him right. That George Quay
sent him 5,000.
Why would George Quay do that?
No, George did it in his personal capacity.
Good.
He's not a government official.
Oh yeah, but the
CEO
lady,
is a government official.
I understand, but she can also do things in her own person. Oh no, she can do that personally. You understand? So let us get that matter in the right perspective. Then we can answer your Yoko inquiry. Because you are talking about taxpayers, and it is a valid opinion.
It's a valid question.
So until we get that whatever. But you also asked about what the whole ministry did.
Yeah.
And I think when Honorable spoke, Honorable said now we are part of the calendar. And they said we've also been added to the Black Star experience. These are conversations I'm sure Honorable at his level must have had with the people in charge.
Sure.
Committee members are not privy to some of these conversations. So we cannot sit here now and say what we don't do.
So
but
it
at
is
the right
prudent to say that as it is today, those institutions, the ministry and its agencies were not part.
No, it will not be prudent to say that.
No, but you say because you are not in the
we are committee members.
Yes, and the committee members were people who planned the event.
Oh, yes. But
right?
Yes.
So if you, the committee members, are the planners of the event, you should be able to know who has contributed to the planning of the event.
But A+ said that the ministry has helped, maybe in various ways.
Yes, so let him tell us.
Maybe in various ways, but not in monetary terms.
I'm not even looking at monetary power.
Because the minister was at the launch.
All I am interested in, the only thing Abeku said, which made sense, is the fact that Abeku said that their name, GTA, was part
of the logo.
Their logo
was it?
That's you are now asking me. Are you now asking me if it was?
Maybe we can
That's
check.
what Abeku said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Hello, Philip Mimale. He said the GTA logo was out there, so it means they played a part.
Yes.
Was the ministry's logo there?
But
Mimba, was the ministry's logo there? No. Was the Black Star Experiences logo there? No. Yes, that is my worry.
Yeah, well, I understand. I understand. You know, my.
I'm not talking about future.
Yeah.
You bloom. Everybody would like to jump on board.
Exactly. It could have been oversight from the technical team. As in the Nabils and we all the yes, it could be. I'm just saying because you see
oversight.
What a logo saying man.
Hey, a main ministry is involved and you forget.
Is that Honorable Epla said we had a sky bar. You never know. We were all tipsy at the time. But on a more serious note, you see, we couldn't have done this without the ministry's support and guidance and prayers and even approval.
Prayers, I'm going to tell you
something. So ultimately, they are part of what we're doing. I'm hoping that next year they will be much more involved. You know, I don't know the level of involvement my honorable senior wants them to, but they were at the launch. They've been with us from the planning stages to the end of
Bull.
Yes, sir.
If the ministry was at the launch and the minister was the one who delivered the main speech at the launch, don't you think it is prudent? The ministry's name should have been part of whatever activity took place.
Oh, yes.
So why wasn't the ministry's name there? That is my worry. Okay. The minister was there. She launched the project. So it is you people.
Yes, the technical team.
Yeah, you people, your committee, Dada Hafco and you and Nabil them, who took the ministry's name out.
Yes, we will accept that.
On record?
Yes. I mean, you know, they are learning curve.
Maybe we should also speak to the ministry and then get some answers.
That would be very unfair on the part of the ministry if you did that.
Yes, I'm sure.
You are sure?
That would be unfair.
All right. Dada Hafco, let's analyze the economic benefits of Gomoa Easter Carnival. I have a message here. It says, Kwame, because of this event by A+ and other initiatives, the value of land in that enclave has increased 3 times. This is a very big economic value. It's coming from Kojo Enfi, former GTDC boss.
Oh, Kojo.
Yes. Yes.
So I think then
it
speaks for itself. I mean, like you said, when we're having the event, people went on social media writing chaff. You know, a lot of people, one of the things about people of today is that a lot of people have opinions about things they don't know nothing about.
Exactly.
People just write things here and there. Because like
faceless
I said,
people too.
Yes, like I said, it is good to construct the roads. It's good to, you know, bring jobs and all of that. But the monies that were made during last weekend, if we had constructed the road last weekend, it wouldn't give people that type of money. You know, so you need to sometimes bring the immediate needs of the people to them before you move on to other. Yes.
Are we a government to construct the road?
even for that, like Honorable said, he is championing it.
Yeah, already.
You know, he's championing it already.
Even though it is not primarily his duty.
Yes, it's not primarily his duty, but he's championing it already because he has said he wants to brighten the corner where he is. Because once you brighten the corner where you are, it attracts people to come over. And the people in the enclave are happy. You understand? They are happy. The people that when we were coming the last time, we said, we shouted to some women and said, we'll see you guys next year. Say, next year, what do? You understand? Because they felt, they knew what was happening. Yeah, the impact that happened. For example, me for instance, where the hotel that I was, to the venue, there were some times that I would be late for the car that would have to transport me back to the venue because of, you know, the groundswork. And most of the time I'll be using taxis and, you know, and all those things contribute a lot to, you know, the amount of monies that were raised in the enclave. So I think that we need not to listen to people. we are going to do what we're supposed to do, because like yesterday, Bulldog said something. He said all over the world, the bloodline of every economy is tourism, is entertainment.
Exactly.
He said your haircut is entertainment. The shirt you are wearing is entertainment. And you need to know how to use it. And that is what we are doing. Today, as we sit here, when you mention Gomoa, all over Ghana, I am sure everybody has heard something about it.
Worldwide.
Yes, I have spoken to people who are very nonchalant, who don't care about anything that happens. In Abuja, and they come and ask me, what is Gomoa? What is happening there? Because the basic keeps going. And so we are going to keep on doing what we... And next year is going to be even bigger than what we did. So people should just watch out.
Okay, this one says, please thank Bulldog for the advice he gave me. He gave some of us during the event. This coming from Isaac Osei of our camera department.
I forgot to mention.
And then Kofi Baboni is part of the organizing committee.
Yeah, hard guy.
He says, tell Uncle Ken that I love him.
Troublesome Baboni.
All right. This is Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A-Z, and we are analyzing the Gomoa Easter Carnival, which happened last week. KMJ is joining us very, very soon. He was on stage from Friday to Sunday. We will also open the phone lines for you to just call in and then share your thoughts on this event, not after this break.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs start dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here. Any book it like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say me. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, San Cablo Cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because San Cablo Cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, San Cablo electrical cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, San Cablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds. With 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now San Cablo be the motto. San Cablo cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use San Cablo quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530-774-774. San Cablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
Wow, make we step out small. Bonya Muda said the carnival for town to start now.
Yeah, Mr. Desi, see my fiber, they fire off. Download, record, streaming, they go on. Gaming, suit, no buffering. It's Bonya way, they more fiber.
Oh, wow, so you really no go come and pa.
MTN unlimited fiber. Internet day here, make a promote.
This Easter, put your home on MTN Unlimited Fiber Internet and make the fun day right where you are. Fast speed, pure fiber, truly unlimited. Visit my MTN app or dial *5057# to check fiber availability or to subscribe.
MTN.
The flavor, the swag, the mix, the voice, the blueprint. It's DJ Black, Africa's #1 DJ.
Check me out live on Joy FM every Saturday from 8 p.m. to midnight. Whether at home sipping your favorite drink or the pub or the radio blasting loud or in your car cruising, I'll bring the party to you. It's the open house party with DJ Black, dropping your favorite song, new hits, and all the shiners you can get.
This is the open house party on your Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7 FM.
Saturdays at 8 p.m. on Joy FM.
The World Cup is coming,
and this time you're not just watching it, you're living it. Match Experience Hospitality is giving you front row access to football's biggest stage in absolute style. Think VIP stadium seating, exclusive lounges, gourmet dining, and priority access. No stress, no hassle, just pure football luxury. This isn't just a ticket. This is the World Cup experience. With over a decade as an official FIFA sales agent, Match Experience Hospitality knows exactly how to turn a match into a lifetime memory. So upgrade your World Cup. Call 055-155-1119. Visit matchexphospitality.com or walk into any Absa Bank branch, our official banking partner today. Match Experience Hospitality. Don't just watch the game, live it. Match Experience Hospitality is doing this with Absa Bank as its official banking partner and Glyco as your official travel insurance partner.
His old bike is all he has, and he is using it to the best of his ability. He is usually the first to receive the package and the last to deliver, because his colleagues will zoom past him every time on their fancy bikes. One such delivery and something clicked. He learnt about the good things happening in the Republic Verse and makes a move. Now he owns the latest electric bike in town. Unleash your potential with our personal loan package at Republic Bank. Highly competitive rate with flexible payment terms to help you ride past your challenge. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, San Cablo Cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because San Cablo Cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, San Cablo electrical cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, San Cablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds. With 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now San Cablo be the motto. San Cablo cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use San Cablo quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530-774-774. San Cablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
The World Cup is coming. And this time, you're not just watching it, you're living it. Match Experience Hospitality is giving you front row access to football's biggest stage in absolute style. Think VIP stadium seating, exclusive lounges, gourmet dining, and priority access. No stress, no hassle, just pure football luxury. This isn't just a ticket. This is the World Cup experience. With over a decade as an official FIFA sales agent, Match Experience Hospitality knows exactly how to turn a match into a lifetime memory. So upgrade your World Cup. Call 055-155-1119. Visit matchexphospitality.com or walk into any Absa Bank branch, our official banking partner today. Match Experience Hospitality. Don't just watch the game, live it. Match Experience Hospitality is doing this with Absa Bank as its official banking partner and Glyco as your official travel insurance partner.
Joe 99.7. This is Showbiz A-Z, and we've been reviewing the Guma Easter Carnival here. My name is Kwame Dadzie, here in the studio with me, BullGod, Uncle Ken, Dada Hafco. We have Nabil Alhassan on Zoom. KMJ is joining us in a moment. In the meantime, are you a business owner looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, a restaurant, office, or warehouse anytime, anywhere? Well, MCing Business Eye is here for you. Keep your business secure anytime, anywhere with MCing Business Eye, the smart surveillance solution that gives you total visibility and control. It's powered by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, cloud storage, and solar energy. Your security never sleeps, even when the lights go out. So enjoy 24/7 monitoring, real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backup, all at affordable rates. Just dial *5060# today and keep your business in sight always with MCing Business Eye. MCing everywhere you go. They say every great fire starts with a spark. So let me take you back to 1876, long before the Ghana flag fluttered in the wind. A school on a hill struck that spark, and for 150 years it's been burning. Say Fantapim. Fantapim, you know the name, right? The giants who built the nation and changed the world, the legends, the thinkers, the creators, the men who didn't just learn history but wrote it. This year, the blueprint to secondary education in Ghana, Kwabuche, doesn't just celebrate an anniversary. It adds another chapter to Ghana's educational history. 150 years of Jin Shekan. The journey begins this Saturday, today, April 11, 7 p.m. at the Palms Convention Center with a grand anniversary launch. And then in November, when the world will gather in Cape Coast, legends will walk the same ground they once ran on. And every loyal son, every proud heart, every young boy who dreams of that hill will hear the call. So follow the flame, add your voice. Fantapim 150, proudly partnered by KGL, the multimedia group, Margins Group, with stakeholder support from the school. Kwabuche on. Yeah, it says our rock, our fortress, our minds. Don't forget, tomorrow is a Sunday. We'll be bringing you Pentecost Hour by the chairman, Apostle Eric Nyameche, exactly 1:30 p.m. We're still here talking about Gomoa Easter Carnival. BullGod is here, Dada Hafco right here. Uncle Ken seated. On Zoom is Nabil Alhassan. Early on, we spoke to Honorable Kwame A. Kwame Asare Obeng, MP for Gomoa Central Constituency. And now joining us here is KMJ. I nearly said the African baby. KMJ.
Yeah.
You still have energy?
I've never been out of energy.
KMJ, be honest with us. What do you eat?
Just anything anybody eats. I take my normal thing. I'm not a too much breakfast person, but
Do you take in anything? I'm asking because of the energy you exude.
I eat food. I drink water.
Okay.
Basically, that's it. I don't even remember taking anything that you were thinking of.
You were on stage.
Please explain or expatiate on anything.
The anything. Uncle Ken wants to know more about anything.
Not from him, you.
I asked what he eats or drinks.
And you asked him, do you take in anything?
Yes, anything like water. You're on stage on Friday, Saturday, Sunday with Edemes and Chotome.
Yeah.
And you guys, I don't know how you did it.
Wonderful.
Being a hype man is different from being an ordinary MC. It comes with some energy to excite the crowd. How did you do that? Three days straight.
So reporting by day.
And you were also reporting. You were the reporter on ground.
Yeah. So it all started for me on the Thursday. And the thing is that before we even left here, we all had one thing about this assignment. It was a break or make for us.
Yeah.
The Joy brands usually would be associated with certain events that may want to be a bit of English all throughout. And so this was more or less like a challenge for all of us. How do we go and execute this so that at the end of the day, if maybe somebody is doing a program or an event that has a majority of chi or, that kind of space, they'll be able to still trust us that we'll be able to deliver and deliver it well. And so it was a challenge. In fact, our lead, Philip, led about 15 people on this very trip.
50?
15.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
On this trip, back room and all that. And so the whole thing is we're going there and we're leaving no stone unturned.
Wow.
We have to make sure that whatever that is happening on the grounds is felt. Yes, as somebody who is not even on the grounds, will feel. And so everybody was, understood the assignment. And so if you're playing any role, you know why you're there. And you know why you can't fail. You know what I mean? So right from the Thursday we even arrived, I even thought that we were going to get there and then we'll rest. When we got there, straight on the job till the evening. In fact, I was actually on the touch process, procession.
Yeah.
And we did over 2 hours walk.
Wow.
Yeah, that touch procession was about 2 hours.
It was that long?
2 hours walk. Yeah.
2 hours?
Yes. We're hoping that would have started somewhere that would be closer to the main event. But Philip called me and was like, yo, the car has already taken the lead. So you and I have to walk to where they are. So we start with them. I said, but what kind of stress is this?
What kind of nonsense you wanted to say?
Yeah, I'm just being,
Why you don't feel?
Not small. Small. So myself and him, we actually walked and met the people coming. They are taking off about 10 minutes. And so we now had to walk with them while still interviewing people on the road. So that is where my job actually began. So it was not even on the stage. And you have a number of crowd that when you speak, even the one that you're talking to or interview cannot even hear you. So you need to be screaming for them to hear what you're saying so they can also reply. And I remember speaking to Honorable about 3 times on that stretch, interviewing him along the way, speaking to other people and all of that. And so the next day, I'm already feeling what is ahead of me. And the good thing is that I'm never the kind of person that gets tired. I can do this that I did for 2 weeks continuously. The only problem is I would have a voice problem. But the energy, they will never change. I can stay back for 5 minutes, rejuvenate, you will not even see it. And I get back on stage and it's like nothing happened. You understand? And so, yes, we all understood what we wanted to do. And we all immersed ourselves into it and said to ourselves, we need to make sure this thing is well executed. And for me, every moment that I went on stage, it was about the fact that there's something that is historic, and being a part of it alone, it gives me so much joy.
Great.
So when I see the people and the kind of response they give you when you are doing what you're doing, it energizes you in a way. You understand what I mean? I was all over the place, and I don't just do this hype thing because I want to talk to people. I want to have an experience with people. I want to have a moment with people. So if you realize, some of the moments I let the music play, they sing, and I use my actions to communicate with them. That's an art. It's something that I've mastered very well. So people say you are infectious. Like, people want to see you do what you do. It's not because I want to just talk. You understand? I want to sing the song with them back to back or anything like that. It's an experience they want to have.
Great.
So you can even be the last person in that crowd. I'll spot you and point at you and say, I see you. Sing with me. So it gives you a certain feeling that you want to continue doing it and doing it without even getting tired. So basically, I think we pretty much...
What is that one striking moment in the course of your duty as an MC or a reporter that will stick with you forever?
I think it has to do with the way the audience accepted the artists that came on stage, especially in Gomoa. I felt that in the night, every artist that came on wanted to deliver. And you see, when you're in Accra and they say you're going to Gomoa to perform, there's a certain feeling you have. When you get there and you see the crowd, there's another feeling that you have. You may just think that, but you come and you see the crowd and the energy, and everything that you actually had in mind from here changes. And so you are able to connect with them, sing with them. Even when it's time for you to leave stage, you don't want to go because you want to do more, because the energy they're giving you is a serious energy. And for me, that will stick with me for a long time. To see these people sing word for word. Almost every artist that came on stage, they would just sing their songs for them, like they recorded the songs with them in the studio. And that alone is something that will stick with me for a long time. As a reporter, I saw a community that is very passionate about the things they want to do, especially when they have a leader like Honorable A+ and what he wants to do in that community. When you speak to these people, the kind of trust they have, on a normal day when you are speaking with people about their MPs, there's some kind of skepticism, like the MP now that kind of thing. But it was a direct conversation with people who understand so much of the kind of person that is leading them. And so whenever you have conversations with them, they don't even pause. They are telling you what they think. They're telling you what they have seen with no pauses. It's like, we know who is here. We know what he wants to do for it, and we believe in him. And for me, that is something that we've not seen for a long time in most constituencies. And what MPs can actually do for people. There are certain constituencies, when you go and you mention the MP's name, they don't even want to hear. But as a reporter, and then I begin to think, okay, so it's possible somebody can change the narrative. It's possible somebody can make the unthinkable thinkable. And so that also will stick with me for a long time. I've been to constituencies that when you even want to talk about projects that people have done, they don't even, because the project does not even make sense to them. You get it? But here, as much as people will talk about, oh, there's the need for us to have money in our pocket and all of those things, they also, for some reasons, have understood why this economically makes sense to them.
Sure.
This creatively makes sense to them, and also by way of investment, it makes sense to them. And when you have people like people in Gomoa telling you that, giving you that back, I mean, that's progressive.
Great. For a long time, most people have perceived the creative industry, the art industry, as an area for people who are not smart, who are nothing. But here is somebody from our space who has risen to that level and is making this impact. To what extent do you think this is going to change the narrative or the perception about the people in this industry with what A+ has done?
I was with Uncle Fred a couple of minutes ago. In fact, we bumped into each other. Uncle Fredima.
Oh, okay, Fredima.
And he actually is the first person that actually had A+ come into his studio at the time when he wanted to start music.
Yeah.
He was telling me about that journey and the history. And the first thing he was like, Kwame is so determined. He doesn't take no for an answer. Even when he knows this and I cannot do it, he still wants to exploit and see the possibilities in there. You understand? And for me, listening to him as a creative person, it makes me want to think. So it means that we are capable of doing things that even people think that we can't do.
Yeah.
If you saw many of the artists that came there, most of them saw Honorable as their own person. But then again, they are able to also distinguish between what they have achieved and what once and a musician who was part of them has been able to leave that field and has achieved as a member of parliament. That alone tells you that if we're able to creatively, all of us put our heads together and look at the other side of the coin, because the other side has always been that creative people, like you mentioned, have nothing to offer. But if we all can come together and say that, you know what, one person has been able to do this, now he's not stopping there. Day in and day out, he's telling you what he intends to do, the bigger picture that he intends to paint in Gomoa, the conversation, or maybe if you want, debate about waterfall, and all of these things coming into the picture. It's strong enough to let us all understand that if creative people say they want to do something, they'll be able to do it. And I'll not be surprised next year when I get to Gomoa and all the things that he said he wants to do, he's doing them.
Yeah.
Because this is somebody who, even when he was not, there, he was doing a lot of things that when you see him, you want to just ask him a lot of questions. The other time when we were at Clown Forest, I was telling him, I can't live one day of the life he lives. It's crazy. You have so much responsibility on your shoulder. Yes, he's so cool, calm, and collected. And when I see him, I'm like, how do you even do this?
Yeah.
You understand? So, yes, I believe strongly that the torch, now, the one who's bearing the torch has been able to open the space for many others to also believe that they can do. We're all here when Sadiq went to Shine Hills and said, I want to do the most craziest thing anybody can think of. I was there. I sat on a motorbike and rode all the way to that place for 3 days, and you can see that this is a creative person who has been able to change the narrative for people to believe that these things can be done because they are done elsewhere. Why can't we do them over here? So yes, I will not be surprised, if next year we're flying some helicopter in the sky in Gomoa, and doing some crazy things. It's possible.
Okay. All right. And still right here on Joy 99.7 FM Showbiz A-Z. You just heard KMJ. He was the MC for the event, also a reporter for the multimedia group as well. Uncle Ken, you were coming in. Before I read my comments and then I open the phone lines. KMJ, yes, sir.
This first thing, KMJ, never say Honorable A+. That's not his name in Parliament. Thank you. And then you can add AKA
A+.
Thank you. This gentleman, KMJ, I have been at multimedia for the past 26 years. So I saw his coming in to multimedia, and I struck when he joined multimedia, I struck an acquaintance with him very early, because I took to him. He was somebody, like I do with a lot of the people here, I saw as someone who had promise, and he has not in any way made me regret what I thought about him. Great. He's progressed so well, and he listens to me a lot, all my shows. And so that gives him a lot of sense, as well.
If you want a lot of sense,
yes. Okay. So I've liked him, and I like the way he has progressed.
Great.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Coming from the legendary.
It means a lot to me.
Uncle Ken.
I'm not going to respect anybody again.
Okay, you can call us now and share your thoughts with us on Gomoa Easter Carnival. If you were there, call us now. Or if you are still there, call us now. 0302216541. 0302216541, or you can send us a WhatsApp message 0551111997. Some comments here. This one says Kwame A+ and the team did so well. The artist put in a lot of sacrifice too. People were selfless. Well done. The gods of Gomoa and the Central region are very happy. Let's sustain the celebration for ensuing years. Kudos to the team. You didn't add your name to this beautiful message. This one says, Showbiz A-Z, I'm tuned as usual. Thank you very much. Okay, relaxing after lunch and enjoying your playlist. That's from DJ Wubetse. Okay. From Abokuma Wendy Tema. It's a good afternoon. Thank you very much, Abokuma Wendy, for the message. 0302216541. If you are listening, you want to share your comment, an opinion on this discussion. Gomoa Easter Carnival. Yes, if you monitored online, you want to talk about it, you can just call us right now. Yes, Boo. Yes, sir.
You know, when you were speaking to KMJ, you made an assertion that some people think creative people are.
Yes.
Anyone out there, and if you are listening to me, who thinks like that, it's a dance.
I think I agree with you.
Let me break it down. Where Jimmy?
No, but I think I agree with you.
Yeah, because you see, God can never be anything but a creative. God cannot be anything but a creative.
Yeah.
You can look when they say creative cry, do you even understand the word? Everything you see is creative. Yeah. So anybody who thinks, look, when they go to school and they are learning how to spell, how to write, they think who did that? To put numbers together.
That's art.
They are sorry.
Okay.
That is pure art.
Uncle Ken came to their rescue.
And you see, KMJ, you were talking about how creatively this whole thing was organized with Kwame A+ in the mix. And I think it stemmed from his creative background. And I always say we've been championing STEM education. There is one thing that is missing in STEM education, which is the A, which means STEAM. And some countries are using the STEAM. It's working for them because with STEAM, you think science, engineering, but in a creative and artistic manner.
Kwame, they wanted to put the art separate.
And that is why. But you see, that model of education, the one that blends the arts, makes you think artistically.
I agree with you.
But boss, I say, listen, go back and check. You see mathematics.
Yes.
How it's written.
Yes.
Yeah, like long division. You cannot do that without all the drawings. To write is to draw.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like, who's thinking like that? Are they out there?
Let me pick Nabil's thoughts on some of these conceptions and misconceptions. Nabil, you have been in this industry for a long time, and I don't know. I know so well that maybe you've heard some of these comments from people saying, "Oh, as for the creative people, they're not serious, they are not intelligent," and so when people like A+ do it, we have every cause to praise him and then project him so that people know that yes, we have people who are also reasonable like any other person in any other field. What is your thought on this particular misconception about the creative people, which mostly put us on the back burner?
I would say, for a start, anybody that says that do not have sense. Excuse me to say, because listen. Even, let's say in Ghana, you cannot do anything, not a conference, not a concert, not a anything without creative arts. I was telling my group one day, and I was telling them that if we, decide to go on strike and say we are not giving anybody equipment for conference, for concert, for anything, the whole Ghana will be chaotic, because the president won't have a microphone to speak in. He won't have a PA system for people to listen to. They won't have a stage to stand on. They won't have light to shoot anything. Videography will be gone. No photography. No. You cannot have memories of what you are doing. And listen, we went for training in South Africa last year or 2 years ago. The kind of things you have to learn to just be a sound engineer or a lighting person. If you don't know mathematics, you cannot do it. Because you have to calculate the sound dispersion, the distance between where your boxes are to where the people are, how you want them to hear the sound. Like, the calculation is crazy. So nobody sits there and say, creative arts is just for the downtrodden or people that are school dropouts and all those things. Let's get one, let's say, person, or let's say an entrepreneur or an architect or something, and tell him to write a song, and you will see. Or get somebody who says, I'm a doctor, I'm a this, to put beats together to create a song. It is not that easy. Listen, people listen to Sarkodie, people listen to Black Sherif, people listen to Stoneboy, people listen to Kojoinchi, people listen to Daddy Lumba, and say Daddy Lumba is deep. Do you think he doesn't have the sense to write? Because he has the intellectual sense to put things together for you to now sit back and say, this guy is deep. It doesn't come by chance. Those things do not come by chance. For me to come and put a stage, hoist lights, calculate how much weight it can take for event to go on successfully and finish, dismantle and come back home. It is not just by, there has been a lot of times that people do stages and it collapses. So please, that narrative should be changed, because it is not easy to be a creative. It's not easy to ask somebody to draw, and the person will draw you exactly as you see on the photo. It is not that easy. So being a creative is not an easy job. So they should give us flowers when they have to. They shouldn't joke with that space, I would say.
Awesome. KMJ, you wanted to come in with a comment?
So there's one striking thing about the whole Gomoa Easter Carnival thing.
Yeah.
You see the logo?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people talk about the logo?
Yeah.
Like, the logo itself has been a talk of town. Like, everybody's excited about the logo.
Who designed it? I don't know how many people.
Yeah, you know.
Wait. A+ designed the logo.
The logo that has been talked about all this while. Everybody's saying the Gomoa Easter Carnival logo is sweet.
He did it.
Not,
is he a designer?
From scratch.
Kwame, let me bust your mind.
Yeah,
you see the video adverts that we see.
The video advert.
Yes. It was created by him. He was editing, creating everything by himself.
Well, what was that AI generated?
Yes. Most of the stuff.
Yes.
But why should we be thinking when we can tell machines to work
that is good.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing.
Exactly.
Look at his schedule. And how busy he is.
Yeah.
But he was doing it by himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And that commercial was dope. It's dope.
Yes. And you see, let me tell you the driving
on Google. We don't know what to search when we go to Google. But somebody can go on AI and create stuff.
If you don't have the right prompt, you will not get it.
Exactly.
You won't get it. You won't get it.
This is amazing. Boom.
That's that. You see, let me tell you the driving force behind some of these things. You see, again, like I said before, there's nothing you want to do and you cannot achieve it. And that's the mindset he runs on. Honorable runs on. See, if you support me, I go do. If you don't support me, I go do. What is there to lose? And lose, grab again. To lose is to gain. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? If you have people like this in places, Charlie Ghana will be way ahead.
Wow.
Yes.
You mentioned AI in the creation of the logo.
The commercial and the logo.
And the commercial. I don't mind AI in such ventures.
Yeah.
But I would not accept AI as a replication of actual music.
You're talking about AI music.
It's happening.
But Uncle Ken,
no, I'm saying it is happening. It is happening. But me,
that one there.
Me, I would not accept it.
Uncle Ken, it's a matter of time.
No, Kwame. So then it means that you are telling me that musicians are going to go out.
Not necessarily.
No. They should not be gone.
Oh no, they are gone.
They should not be gone.
They should be gone.
Uncle Ken, not necessarily.
No.
I was watching a producer use AI, and you know what he did? He played a pattern on a guitar and then fed it into AI and commanded it to do something different for him. So you need a background knowledge.
No, the biggest song right now in the world is AI generated. Papa Ute.
Yes, but you see, this is my worry.
We are there. Don't worry.
This is my worry.
Don't worry.
But Uncle Ken, what do you think?
So Papa Dada Hafco, you are a musician.
Yes.
Are you telling me that you would prefer to sit back for AI to take over your...
No,
but you see, it's already there. What do you think of auto-tune?
No.
All these are AI.
No. Let me help.
It's to help.
Let me help Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken, but your space is lens, right? Like it's medicated. It's just to aid your eye. Nobody say your eye no dey there. AI be that. AI.
Come on, bulldog.
Let me come to
Kwame.
Yes.
I'm saying that for things like what you just talked about.
Yes.
Perfect. But when it comes to people who have taken time to study music, gone through rehearsals, long years in playing an instrument and all that, for you to sit here and tell me
that is where we are,
that I should accept artificial intelligence
it's a matter of time
over that person. No way. Look, I come across a lot of music that is sent to me online. That is AI generated. I refuse to play AI generated music. I refuse.
Oh, you have been playing some.
No. I play music by musicians that I know. I won't touch. Look, a very good friend of mine posted something by an AI generated musician. And they had posted it a couple of times on the internet. So I sent him a message about the musician that he claims is a musician and the history behind how he was created. And then he said, "Hey, sir," I said, know the musician before you post him.
Thank you, Uncle Ken.
Like
there's a message here for Uncle Ken.
Yes,
I don't know if it's related to the AI thing, but it says, "Hi Kwame, as usual, Uncle Ken is on point. Is it in relation to this AI?
I don't know.
Or an earlier submission?"
I'm sure it's an earlier one.
He said, I believe it would have been nice to know how much the ministry contributed. This from Ruby, the ministry.
Because this message is AI generated.
Okay. All right.
Ask him.
Let me go. Billy will like AI. He'll like it.
How do you know?
Oh, I know. Then I've got moving forward. I know you are a committee member, and maybe you wouldn't want to divulge things that you want to do to help improve this carnival moving forward. But moving forward, what should people look forward to from the team?
Bigger. As for what we'll do to improve, I think that we've had our review meeting. We've talked about it. That is in-house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what we want to show you guys, we need not to come here and tell you what we're going to do next year. What we're going to do next year, you should come there and just see for yourself.
Great.
Yes, experience for yourself.
And to add to what he said, I mean, it's no longer a carnival; it's a festival.
A festival now. Okay, so next year to be a festival, not a
yes,
carnival.
Yes.
All right. All right. We're not closing. We have about 8 minutes or 7 to go. But again.
Dis-moi tu caché, ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Hey. Où t'es, papa, où t'es? 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 Qu'on y croit ou pas, il y aura bien un jour, on n'y croira plus. Un jour ou l'autre, on sera tous papa, et d'un jour à l'autre, on aura disparu. Serons-nous détestables? Serons-nous admirables? Des géniteurs ou des génies? Dites-nous qui donne naissance aux irresponsables. Ah, dites-nous qui? Tiens, tout le monde sait comment on fait des bébés, mais personne.
The AI version. And KMJ, who is the original composer?
So there's a backstory to this song from the original composer. The original composer is called Stromae.
Okay.
He's Rwandan and Brussels. Now, Belgium, yeah. The father died during the genocide. So this song actually is not a happy song. It was a song that he did to remember his dad. His dad was missing during the genocide, and so when he didn't find him and was trying to locate where his dad was and all that, and then this song came up.
Wow.
Yeah, so in 2009 and 2013, he became very popular with this song.
But this one is AI
So this is
version.
the AI version of the original song by Stromae.
The one Uncle Ken likes.
Yes.
Okay.
The latest songs are very nice.
Yes.
Pleasing to the ear.
Well, with that.
But my issue is.
It will replace human beings.
Yes, and I don't want to take anything away from musicians.
So the Papa Ute is, Father, where are you?
Okay. Okay, before we go, final words, 1 minute each. Let me start from you, KMJ.
It's been an incredible journey with this Gomoa, Carnival thing. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen, the next one we'll be doing next year. The waterfall and all that. Let me say a big thank you to the people of Gomoa. The acceptance, the collaboration, the support, everything about what happened, happened real quick, but it's been very impactful. And for me, I think that, we need to give them some credit for that. And so, we'll see you guys next year again. Hopefully we'll be on stage and do what we love to do. And a big thank you to Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Kwame Asare Obeng.
Great.
And also to the committee chairman as well, Mr. Abetz, and all the committee members. There's a lot of work everybody put in this, and I think that we need to pat ourselves on the shoulders for a good job done. And to the multimedia group which I belong to.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Gomoa with this team.
Nabil, your final words. Hello, Nabil.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. What I want to say is to thank Honorable and also the chairman of the committee for giving us this opportunity. for the people of Gomoa, we will be coming back next year, God willing, and they should expect more fireworks. And we believe that this Gomoa Easter Festival has come to stay.
Thank you.
We thank everybody for supporting us.
Thank you, Nabil. Boo.
We thank God for all His mercies and greatness. You know, I'm also humbled to be called amongst all these greats to be able to achieve whatever we achieved. And I want to tell the people of Gomoa that they have a jewel in the person of Honorable A+. Honorable Kwame
Asare Obeng.
Yes. You know, so they for no play. And they are busy. Yeah, you're busy. And I envision Gomoa to be like the next Dubai. And it's possible with Honorable Kwame Asare.
Look how you are careful. Yeah.
I mean, we thank God for, you know, where He's brought us now, and then everything that we're able to do last weekend. We pray and hope that next year we can come back and do it bigger.
Great.
But I mean, the sound that we used as an artist, I wish every organization could have a sound like that, because when you are on stage and you feel like you are standing in the sound, you just go out there and do your thing, just enjoy yourself, you know. So big shout outs to Nabil and Event Factory. I think they did a wonderful job, and may God bless Honorable also. You know, he needs strength, he needs support, he needs, you know, Ghana's backing. We need to back him for him to achieve whatever he wants to achieve.
Good one there. So Kwesafo says, tell Uncle Ken, I say, he should give some time about technology. Today I'm driving an electronic car. Give some time. Uncle Ken.
Kwame.
Yes.
I would just like to say, I thank God I made the decision to get myself involved with people like you guys here, and come and sit here every Saturday and discuss matters of this nature. You guys give me life, you know, and you make me so proud of the decision I made to stop watching Liverpool play on a Saturday. And come and sit here on a Saturday.
They are winning anyway.
You guys make me proud and keep it up. All of you guys that who come here every Saturday, Charlie, no. Thank God for your lives.
Thank you very much, Uncle Ken. To you, BullGod, Dada Hafco, Nabil Alhassan. To you, Honorable Kwame Asare Obeng, MP for Guma Central. Thank you so much, KMJ. I nearly said the African baby. KMJ, Energy God. And then to Philip Nye and the entire team, we say thank you for that wonderful program that you brought to us last week. And this show was brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, and Superstar Multi-Food Drink. Let me say thank you to the production team. Anita Tay, a.k.a. Padiki, Umapiohe, and then Kweku Emisa. Thank you so much
what does Umapiohe mean?
Ubenuhu. We are back next week.